Residing between Malawi, Mozambique, and Tunisia, Lake Malawi is one of Africa's Great Lakes. Considered to be part of the African tropics, Lake Malawi is the most diverse tropical lake there is, known for housing more species of fish than any other lake on Earth, including the cichlid, a fish native to Africa. According to Dr. Thomas Kocher, there have been over 2,000 species of cichlid to evolve in recent history, and their unusual high rates of speciation have led to large amounts of phenotypic variation. But how did this particular lake come to have such a high level of biodiversity anyways? According to recent studies, by looking back at the lake's 1.2 million year history, scientists have discovered a significant link between large-scale environmental changes and species diversification in the lake. Much of this environmental change across the lake's history resulted from changing climate and the movement of tectonic plates. Because of the lack of climatic records and tectonic changes surrounding the lake, researchers used a suite of paleoecological and mineralogical records from a 380-meter drill core taken from Lake Malawi in southeastern Africa to reconstruct its ecosystem and limnological history over the last 1.2 million years. This figure shows the regional record for the last 1.2 million years and displays the different paleo environments clearly. Through the column on the far right side, you can see the depth of the lake and the changes that occur over time based off the core record, which is based off of the first principal component, which can be found on the far left side. The middle columns all track the species abundance through time as indicated by the core.
Through examination of the principal components of this soil record, scientists found that the first major change to the environment of Lake Malawi came around 800,000 years ago, when the lake experienced large changes in topography, geology, and climate. Prior to this first major change, the lake was very shallow, and ostracods, a tiny organism of the class Crustacea, dominated the lake along with freshwater mollusks, sedge pollen, and framboidal pyrite, typical of sediment reduction in areas of high biological oxygen demand. The first major shift in fauna came around 800,000 to 700,000 years ago when the basin of Lake Malawi completely changed, due to the sudden disappearance of nearby freshwater sources. This change began a long cycle of alternating between abundant saline alkaline fauna and minerals in the lake, and then periods of deep water and stratification dominated by anoxia and often referred to as blue water. The three most important deep water phases occurred before and after insolation minima, when the lowest quantity of solar radiation hits the Earth. Researchers have attributed the major shift in Lake Malawi to the similarly timed mid-Pleistocene transition, during which the Earth's orbital frequencies changed right before the lake's basin reconfiguration. The new patterns of precession or suborbital variability caused by the mid-Pleistocene transition gave way to a large amount of climate change in the African tropics region, largely caused by varying insolation thresholds. As seen by the figure, high insolation thresholds lead to maximum depth levels. Varying insolation above threshold leads to prevailing blue lake conditions, strongly stratified with low surface water nutrients and phytoplankton, and extensive littoral rocky habitat. And insolation lows lead to green lake conditions, characterized by well-mixed, turbid, saline, shallow lakes with little submerged rocky substrate. Researchers at Brown University and University of Kentucky, among others, have concluded that long periods of blue lake conditions allowed for diversification of many fish species and the evolution of assortative mating, while the subsequent green lake phases allowed for periods of extinction, hybridization, and reduced biodiversity. The long blue lake phases were important in creating ideal conditions for diversification, and DNA evidence supports the timing of these adaptive radiations. This research is important because the techniques used allow further research to be conducted in other areas of rapid diversification, and we now know how Lake Malawi came to have such a large amount of biodiversity.